Hello, beautiful friend. How are you? I do hope well. So, how does one find something that's not missing? Isn't that the whole dream of seeking? Seeking heaven, seeking enlightenment? One feels separate, so they're compelled to find something called God, heaven, enlightenment. But these are just words. You could say there's only enlightenment, there is only heaven, and it's not missing. That's why you can't find it. It's only a belief, which is not yours. Oh, look at that. There's a little feather in my glove. That is compelled to seek. I gotta find this thing. I gotta find consciousness. I gotta find God. I gotta find liberation. I gotta find freedom. You are freedom. Freedom is what's looking through your eyes. That's why you can't find it outside of yourself. There really is no outside or inside of oneself. There is only that, which so many want to call God. But you can call it whatever you'd like. But you are that, whether you know it or not, because awakening is not about knowing. Knowing is finite. Knowing is learned. You see, and you learn separation. You learn to feel bound. You learned to seek. That's why you can't learn enlightenment through practices. You can't learn who you really are through practices. It's intuitive. It's organic. It's already what is, without the energetics of a belief that seems to arise as an experience of separation. That's all it is. But you are what you're looking for. And no character in your movie can give you the approval or the confirmation you're looking for. But that's what this belief does. This belief we call me. It's looking for an authority to look up to, for someone to say, look, this is how you do it, or whatever, but you intuitively know everything I'm saying. You are this light. You are this bliss. You are this love. You are this wonder. You are this unknowable perfection that you're trying to know through books and study and practices and mantras and meditations and all of these things. And of course, there's nothing wrong with any of that. But while you're doing all of these practices, you're already home. You're just trying to know that through the finite. You're trying to know it through this thing called a mind, which you don't even have. You see, awakening is not mental. It's not about becoming, even though becoming seems to arise. The becoming is already whole, you see, because there's going to be an apparent evolution, an apparent story. Aging seems to appear. All of these things, but it's an appearance. We're speaking about an unknowable perfection that appears as aging, as evolution, as seeking and finding, as doubt and insecurity. All of that is perfection. Everything is already total, whole, and complete. It'll just never set well with a belief. But you're not a belief, nor are you a mind. When we try to seek for heaven, when we try to seek for enlightenment, it's already a confirmation that we're separate. Because we're trying to find something. But there is nothing to find and there is nothing to get. How do you get to wholeness when you're already whole? Oh, a belief will say, I'm not whole, Anna. I don't feel whole. I don't feel this way or that way. That's a belief will come up and say that. But awakening is not about a certain quality or a certain state of consciousness or a certain flavor. It's all flavors, it's all sensations. Anything can arise and it's no longer an issue. There's no one there who's picking and choosing emotions, picking and choosing thoughts. All of that has collapsed into a seamlessness, an innocence. And whatever is arising is just what's arising. Because there is no time. Time is an illusion. And it seems very real when we're on a mission to find enlightenment, wholeness, freedom. Meanwhile, you're already free. You are freedom itself, pretending you're bound. Liberation itself, seeming like you're looking for it. And so that's why awakening is not about adding something on, like knowledge. It's a dropping away, it's a death, it's a dissolvement of that which you think you know. And what's left is unknowable. It's an unknowable perfection. See, people try to tell you who you are. Beliefs, yeah, that chatter that seems to arise in a thing called your mind tries to tell you who you are. All of that is regurgitated. No one can tell you who you are. But there can be a resonance with what I'm saying right now. There can be something within the whole body that nods yes, that confirms. That's unconditional love. It's beingness, it's isness, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. And a lot of the times beings will say, Anna, my heart knows this, I get this intuitively, but my mind's fighting it. Well, yeah, who cares about that? That's just a belief arising, so what? The heart knows all of this. Being can recognize being. Unconditional love can recognize unconditional love, not mentally, energetically. There's a knowing that can arise beyond the mental capacity. And that's why denying the body or renunciating the body is just another story. It's just such bullshit. It's nonsense, because this body is formlessness appearing as form. It is the beloved appearing as a body. Why would we deny it? Why would we renunciate it? Intuition speaks loudly through this vehicle, through this. To deny this is to deny totality. The universe, the cosmos, all that is. It's a paradox that only the heart can bear, that only the heart can resolve. What we call heaven asks nothing of you. Its door is always open. It's what is. You don't need to heal, you don't need to forgive, you don't need to let go, and you don't need to accept. There's no you to do that anyways. Acceptance arises or it doesn't. Resistance arises or it doesn't. So what? It's just energy. But no one is actually asking anything of you. Only a teaching or a belief or a school of thought can ask something of you, to be something other than what you already are naturally and intuitively and innocently. You are this already. It just won't be known conceptually. It's known intuitively. It's recognized by that which is not lost in mental chatter and to-dos and what's right and what's wrong and what's better or worse. There's something here listening that's not wound and bound into any of that story, into any of that polarity or duality. You are that innocence, you are that wisdom that's not of this world, but that's appearing as a world. My love, you've done nothing wrong, and you're not broken. You are a perfect masterpiece. Thank you for being you. Namaste, my friend.